Everybody, JawsJr here for another in-shop adventure. What we are looking at is a recent acquisition I made. It was a Lotto single barrel tumbler, old school, that I acquired. Now I've got a pretty good deal on it. It came with 3 barrels. And then I had some lids made for it. Came with the old barrels, which are basically garbage. Came with a motor that doesn't quite fit the frame. The weighted balancers to help with the shaking action, the vibrating action. It came with the rod for spacing on it, but there's something new that came out. And it came with 2 sets of springs. Evidently, these were bought from Minnesota Lapidary, which they say they're new, but I'm questioning that. And there's the old ones for it. So, what I'm going to do is spray paint this to that color. That's about the closest I could find in a spray paint. And we're going to go through the assembly process and see how well this thing works. I also have a concrete block to mount it to, and I am going to use this cutting board because I want to use a piece of hardwood on it. And believe it or not, it was cheaper to go on Amazon to buy a 1-inch thick piece or 1-inch thick cutting board than what it was to go to Home Depot and buy a piece of wood that wasn't even finished. And of course, the drill, the tools I'm using, a couple of wrenches, ratchet, cute little crescent wrench, standard on one side, metric on the other, tie wire, the drill, and some nylon self-locking screws that I got from the local hardware store. And then to secure this to that board, somewhere around this mess of a shop of mine, I have got screws that will work out just fine. So what I'm going to do is get this logo taped up, take this outside, hang it, and see about getting it sprayed. And if you guys want to watch, please do. We're not going to show you taping this up, but we'll do this painting process and some of the assembly process and all that. It's not really a how-to do it. It's to show it that you can do it. Because I'm a desk jockey. And yeah, I've got tools. I've got all kinds of tools. But am I the best person to use them? No, I am not. So I sit down and I'll think about something for a while and then I'll sit down and do it. And that's what we're doing here. I thought about what I want to do, made the decision up, time to do it. So this will take a few days to do because I am working full-time, of course. Actually kind of swamped with work right now, which is good. And it's been 100 degrees in this over 100 degrees in the shop for each of the past 3 days. Today it was only about 92 in here. I've got the door opened up, getting some cool air in here. It's going to rain this weekend, which is good. We need it. Okay, got it hung up. We have the logo all nice and taped off. Did a pretty good job of doing that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably put a light coat on it now. Wait until tomorrow morning and finish it up. I don't know if I'll have you guys with me or not if when I do that tomorrow. We don't have to worry about dew. With it being in the evening, we don't have to worry about dew around here, especially this time of year. Our humidity level is pretty low, unlike it is in other places of this country. So what I'm spraying it with is just your basic Rust-Oleum painter's touch. I'm just trying to make this look better so it looks nice when it's sitting next to my other two. I know it's going to be a shade different color, but that's what I want. I want it closer to the original color when this was manufactured, probably back in the 70s. Okay, good enough for the first coat. I'll get the second coat on it tomorrow. If I see a drip or a run on it, I'll sand it off before I put the second coat on. So it's going to look a lot better. So we'll catch up with you on the next step. Well, we're done painting it. I did not realize this when I was painting it, but this is a satin finish. See? Satin. Didn't pay attention to that. Shoot. That's okay though. But it turned out good enough. Be just fine. If I wanted a gloss finish on it, I could easily put some clear coat on it and go from there. So now it's time for the assembly process. So I'm going to get everything ready for that. And we're going to show you what's going on with that. And I'm kind of learning as I'm showing you this because I've never assembled one of these tumblers before. And I have Mr. Yellow Jacket buzzing around my feet. There he left. Okay. Well, we've got the springs put on. And I don't know if you can see that, but there's 2 springs on the back and 1 on the front. And then I've already got the holes marked out here on this cutting board form. And so I'm going to drill those out. And I'll get that situated, and then I will turn around and get this situated on there where I want it. Get those holes drilled out for it. And see how things are going to pan out. I have spacers because the existing Lottos have spacers, so that's going to be like my spacer setup right there, and that spacer is for that. So, good thing I have the existing Lotto to look at, to compare it to. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Just going to go ahead and get some holes drilled and get this thing bolted on, and then we will fight the motor. The motor might be a fail point because, like I said earlier, this motor is too big for that frame. Because that's the old frame. They've changed, when they changed the size of the motors way back when, they changed the frames up a little bit. So we'll see what happens. That's going to be a challenge, but I'll figure it out. Okay, we have it all screwed down to the board. And so you can see the spacers in there. If it's not too blurry for you, you can see the spacers. This, off the Lottos that I already have, is the top of this is 1 inch from the center of the hole. So that's been done. It's all been screwed down, ready to go. Now it's time to work on this motor and see what we can do. And so you can see the previous people that had this folded up. So we will see how things go. The motor is on. It is very secure. So now, time to glue it onto the board and test it. Or glue the board onto a block of concrete and then go get it tested. But that's going to be here soon. I'll bring you back when I've got it glued on, and then we're going to test it. But you know, now's a good time to do this. If I can. There we go. That looks good. Yep, that looks good. So we've got it pretty much assembled. Now it's time to mount it to the concrete block. And what I've done already is I've sanded down the back side of it to get rid of this kind of an oil coating. And then I roughed up some of it with this farrier's file. So you can see how the grooves are in it now. And that's going to help with the liquid nails on this concrete block. And so it's dirty. I was hoping to be able to clean it up. I might, but what I'm doing is cleaning up the top of it, getting the dirt off. If I had more time, I'd use a pressure washer. But this is serving the purpose. Everything gets dusty though. But in my world, that's fine. I mean, you live on a gravel road, things get dusty. So there's that. I will wipe it off really good. And I'm going to put the liquid nails back and forth on this, and then set that unit on here. If I wanted to, I could go through here and clean up all this dirt off of here. Doesn't take long. Maybe it's what, a 5-minute project, big deal. So so if you got an old concrete block, this was a freebie. Now this thing is bigger than I ever wanted. It only needed to be about that tall from here to there. That's all it needed. This thing here is probably 80 pounds. Overkill for that little tumbler. But when it's free, who'd pass it up? I don't. So I'm going to wipe it down really good, and then I'm going to go ahead and get that glued on, get it set in place, and then we're going to show you the results to see if it's going to work. That's going to be tomorrow, because I want this to set up for 24 hours, the liquid nails to set up for 24 hours before I start moving it. So it will be tomorrow. It is up and running. No issues whatsoever. Now, with me, I have it set up to run slower than what most people do, because that's what works for me. And I was able to adjust the weights and the fans correctly to get the motion that I wanted. So I think it looks pretty good. And as you can see, there's the newer style, and this is the older style. And that is the action that I like. Gentle. So there you go. It's done. It works. It's doing exactly what I want it to do. Just remember, everyone's life's an adventure. Then there's mine. Rebuilding, or I should say successfully rebuilding, an older Rock Tumbler. This is Adventures of JawsJr. Have a good one, everybody. See ya.